What? The scene before the crowd caused their eyes to widen and their jaws to drop in shock. All of them had witnessed Verdant Phantom's strength firsthand and saw how ferocious his last attack was, yet Terry had used nothing but his chest to block the blow. Was that even humanly possible? How can this be? Verdant Phantom was shocked. He staggered backward, his face full of disbelief. He had spent years perfecting that last attack, and no one had ever managed to stop it. Even Jeffrey Vaughn had lost to that attack, so he thought that he'd be able to defeat Terry with the same attack. However, Terry had stopped his attack, which should be strong enough to pierce through armor and cripple someone, with nothing but his body. And Terry was terrifyingly calm about it. Is this all you've got? How disappointing. Terry shook his head. Don't be so full of yourself. I don't believe you're immune to all physical attacks. Verdant Phantom gritted his teeth before stabbing Terry with full force. A mighty stream of true energy flowed out of his body and into his spear, turning its tip bright red. Rot in hell! Verdant Phantom yelled before driving his spear into Terry's chest. A loud clang rang out instantly. Terry seemed unfazed by the attack. On the contrary, the other man's spear had bent under the force. That's it. Terry smirked. He grabbed hold of the spearhead and clenched his fist. Metal creaked under his grip as he broke the other man's spear. What? Verdant Phantom was appalled. He never imagined that Terry would be unscathed after receiving his strongest attack. Their power difference was too great. You're too weak. Go back and practice for a few more years. Terry threw the bent spear aside and planted a foot into the abdomen of Verdant Phantom, who groaned as his body flew backward before slamming into a wall and **sing out on impact. In the end, Verdant Phantom lost. Well done. Woohoo. After a pause, applause and roars of approval rang out. Terry's strength had earned him the audience's respect. Verdant Phantom? So what? And what if that man defeated Jeffrey Vaughn? He had still lost to Terry. As expected of Terry Doyle. He got rid of Verdant Phantom so easily. No wonder he's ranked 13th on the Heavenly Immortals. How were they going to win against a monster like Terry? What do you think of Terry's performance, Sir Paul? Phil was beaming from ear to ear after witnessing his son's outstanding show. Not bad. He's a talented one indeed. Paul gave a small smile. I have a feeling that he will become a Grandmaster martial artist in the next decade. Paul's words shocked everyone. Grandmaster martial artists were extremely rare. Even in Balerno, where several 100 million people resided, there had only ever been 5 Grandmaster martial artists. And each of them had made a name for themselves with their strength. Terry's talent must be truly incredible if Paul was willing to give such high praise. You flatter him, Sir Paul. My son might be talented, but he still needs work. Phil's words may seem modest, but he failed to hide the grin on his face. As long as his son became a Grandmaster martial artist within the next decade, the Doyle family would be invincible. In fact, they might very well become a part of the Tremendous Three. No, the Tremendous Four. As they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Congratulations, Mr. Doyle. Hector, who was sitting beside them, congratulated them. Other influential figures clambered to sing their praises, well aware of how strong a Grandmaster martial artist was. After all, the Hill family was only so influential because of Paul, and that was what it meant to be a Grandmaster martial artist. Sis, if Terry is so strong, doesn't that guarantee that Dustin will lose? Ruth asked worriedly. Terry's performance earlier had wiped away whatever hope she held. If I remember correctly, someone was going to challenge me to a duel today. Just then, Terry spoke. He surveyed the room, looking for his target. Challenge him? After seeing what happened to Verdant Phantom, there's no way that gang leader would show up. But, seeing how that guy hasn't appeared yet, I'm sure he's retreated with his tail between his legs. If he's already here, he might as well show his face, right? Rather than hiding like a coward. The crowd smirked and began badmouthing Dustin, summing that he hadn't appeared due to fear. Dustin, didn't you say that you were the leader of the Flame Dragon gang? Why haven't you gone up yet? Gordon's eyes shot to Dustin, a smirk hanging off his lips. Hey, you were talking big earlier. Why are you keeping silent now? Zoe crossed her arms, sneering. Hey, Rhys. Someone's calling you. You should get up there. Zeke taunted. That's none of your business. Nelson shouted with a glare. What a bunch of losers. You guys are all bark and no bite. How disappointing. Zeke ridiculed. Where did you find the balls to pretend to be the leader of the Flame Dragon gang? Zoe sniggered. Don't tell me you're scared, Dustin. Where did your courage go? Don't you have dignity as a man? Gordon taunted. Since you guys seem hell-bent on provoking me, I might as well do as you wish. Dustin nodded. And turned toward the ring. Is that guy really going to go up there? Zoe was astonished. Gordon scoffed. He's just putting on a show. I bet he's going to walk into the crowd and then run away. Exactly. If he goes up there, I'll eat my own shit while doing a handstand. Zeke smirked. Soon, their smiles dropped when they realized that Dustin had gotten into the ring.